So we're essentially reducing the operational cost of any industrial players that work in remote locations. And we're doing so by delivering a logistics service with our proprietary drone. It's an unmanned aircraft, and it has certain payload capabilities and can also cover a range that is unique and that enables our customers to save on operational costs. So we'll be flying spare parts to remote locations, so that enables our customers to continue their operation.
So is there existing kind of option now to just wait for like a semi-truck to take the part down? Like how large are these parts that your drones are delivering?
Yeah, so the next best alternative for them would be either road transport, and very often it's so remote that there's just no roads to get there, or it's dangerous to actually operate in these environments. The other option would be a helicopter, and a helicopter is very expensive and it's also limited in respect to what operating conditions you can fly in, and there's also a safety issue. So we basically do the same thing as a helicopter. We do it a lot cheaper, so you save a lot of money, and it's less dangerous, and we can also fly in certain conditions where a helicopter may not be able to fly.
So you're talking about remote locations, and you said that you were based in Austin. Are you working with like oil refineries? Like what's your kind of main customer you have in mind to start out with?
Yeah, so like you said, I think oil and gas industry is a prime example of exactly the profile of customers that we're talking to. It's related industries, so it's heavy industries, oil and gas. It could be mining, where we have similar use cases.
The drone industry has kind of been in an interesting place for the past few years, and there have been like a lot of promises in terms of what it can do. But I feel like in the past couple years, the legislation has been pretty friendly to drone startups and drone companies. What do you think of the industry right now?
So I think important to note here is we're not just developing a drone and then trying to sell it. So we're looking at where is the pain point and then try to solve that particular pain point with our technology. And second to that is also the feasibility, and regulation, of course, is a big aspect. So that's why we chose to do working in remote locations where regulation plays a different role. And also the sort of payloads we do is not what you usually find, and also the distance that we cover that can be covered with normal vehicles that are already out in the market. So that's why we differentiate ourselves in that respect.
Sure. So what's next on the horizon for your startup?
So we have a prototype. We're now working on that, and we want to deploy it in 2020 together with our commercial partners and run extended trials so that we learn from that experience that we can develop the technology and refine it further.
Well, thanks so much for coming on stage and chatting a bit about your startup.
All right, thank you very much for having me.